Hi, my name is Amy Heyse, and in today's tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to paint a mini acrylic Fiat painting. This is something that you could do by yourself, with your family, your small group, a youth group, any kind of group. And I'm going to be walking you through how to paint it step by step. The nice thing about this painting is you can customize the colors however you wish. For this project, you'll need a canvas. You can use any size. Some acrylic paint. I am using black, gold, magenta, white, and phthalo green, but you can use any colors. A palette or a paper plate to put your paints on. Brushes. I have a big, a medium, and a small brush. A water cup, a paper towel, something round to trace, and you can also have chalk or a pencil, an apron or something to keep your clothes safe from paint. And if you're doing this project with little kids, I would recommend a washable paint, something like gouache or Crayola washable paint. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to paint our canvas black. So I'm going to be taking my big paintbrush and I'm going to load it up with my black paint, and I'm going to paint the entire canvas completely black. And if you're having troubles getting your paint to spread across the canvas or the paper that you're using, something that you can do is you can dip your paintbrush into just a little bit of water, and sometimes that small amount of water can help it spread across that porous surface of the canvas a little bit easier. So we want to cover our entire canvas with our black paint. And like I mentioned earlier, you can use any size of canvas for your project. Whenever you finish getting your canvas painted, if you want to, you also have the option of painting these side edges. Some people like it when the paint goes all the way around, and some people like it when the paint just stays on the surface and the edges are plain white. So it's a personal preference, and you can decide what you want to do on your canvas. So whenever I'm finished, I'm going to take my dirty paintbrush and I'm going to stick it in my water cup. Anytime I'm not using a brush, I want to put it in my water. That way the paint doesn't dry inside of the brush bristles. And I need to give this time to dry before our next step. For most canvases, it takes somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the size, for the acrylic paint to dry. If you want to, you could even use a blow dryer to help speed up that process. So we'll get back together in just a little bit. Feel free to pause the video if needed. So the next thing that we're going to work on is we are going to create a circle with our small paintbrush. And I find it helpful if you grab something round to trace. So depending on the size of your canvas, you can find things like what I have. I have like this candle jar lid. You could do a paper plate, a cup, anything that fits nicely on your canvas. So I'm going to take my round thing that I'm using as a stencil, and I'm grabbing my small paintbrush and I'm going to dip it into the gold paint. So I'm just going to paint some gold around the lid of this little tin, and I'm just going to go all the way around. So once I get all the way around, I'm going to lift up the lid, and my line's not perfect, and that's okay. I can always go back and grab a little bit more of my gold paint, and I can add an extra layer of color directly on top of my lines. So one thing to keep in mind is even though I'm using a small paintbrush, I still have to be careful about how hard I press with my brush. The harder I push, the thicker my lines are going to be, and the less pressure I use, the thinner my lines are going to be. So one of the nice things about acrylic paint is whenever a color is dry, you can always paint on top of it if you want to change things or adjust things. So I have this little area right here where where my gold is a little bit thicker than I want it to be. So what I can do is I can actually grab a little bit of black paint and I can paint the black directly on top of anything that I want to cover up or adjust. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint out our word in the middle of the circle. I am going to write out Fiat, but you could write any word or phrase that you want to in your circle. So if you're feeling a little bit nervous about the placement, you can use something like a piece of chalk or a pencil to draw out the word or phrase before you commit to it in paint. I am going to be using chalk. And the nice thing about chalk is you can just erase anything that you no longer need after you are done writing it. So one thing that is helpful to me is I'll kind of draw out a guideline. And this gives me a line that I can write my word on. So I'm going to be writing Fiat. So I'm going to have my line right about here. So I'm going to be writing my word. I'm going to be using cursive, but you can do lowercase, uppercase letters, print, any style. And I'm going to move my chalk up for my F like this. I'm going to do my I, my A, and my T like this. And if I wanted to change that, I could always erase it with a wet paper towel. But once you get your writing the way that you'd like, we're going to use the small paintbrush and gold paint or the color of your choice to trace over your letters. So I have my brush. It has a little bit of water on it, and that little bit of water is going to help make the paint a little bit easier to draw with because it's a little bit more fluid. So I am just going to paint directly on top of the chalk with my gold paint. So after I have traced over my chalk lines at least once and the paint is dry, I can take my paper towel, I can dip it in a little bit of water, and I can wipe away any of the chalk that I didn't cover with my brush. So I have a couple spots where the paint didn't go on as thick. So I can use my small brush and a little bit more gold paint in those areas to help them show up a little bit more. So I'm just going to grab some more gold paint on my small brush, and I'm just going to add a second layer of paint on top of my writing. So once your writing is all finished the way you'd like, we're going to take our medium-sized brush and we're going to start to add some flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some flowers over here on this left edge of my circle. You can add as many or as few flowers as you wish. I always like to do odd numbers because I think that always looks nice. You could do 3 to kind of represent the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, or maybe you want to put 5 flowers in to represent the 5 decades of the Rosary. But what you're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of both the pink color and the white color, or whatever color you're using for your flowers, on your brush at the same time. And I'm going to start over here on this left side of my circle, and I'm going to swirl my paintbrush around in a circular motion. And because I have both colors on my paintbrush at the same time, it's mixing them together to make this kind of pink shade, but a little bit lighter. And I can always grab a little bit more of the pure pink or the pure white on my paintbrush and kind of dab that or swirl that onto that circle flower shape to get a little bit more color in there. And that kind of makes it look a little bit more like the petals of a flower like a rose. So basically, the darker you want the flower to be, the more of the pink you can add. The brighter you want it to be, the more of the white you can add. And the nice thing about this style of flower is it works with any color. So I'm going to add a couple more. So I'm going to double dip my brush in both the pink and the white, and I'm going to pick another spot. I'm going to try to put mine kind of close together, but you can swirl your flowers wherever you wish onto your painting. All right, so those are my 5 flowers. That's kind of what they look like up close. So it's very just swirled in just impressionistic colors, but it looks like roses because of the way those different whites, dark pinks, and light pinks all kind of work together. So if you want to, you can also add some leaves. I think I'm going to use my medium brush again. So I'm going to rinse it off, scraping it against the bottom of my cup, and I'm going to dry it on my paper towel. And I'm going to start off with some green, and I am going to put it off on the side of my plate, and I'm going to add a little bit of white to it directly. You could also do kind of like the double dipped technique with these leaves. What I'm doing is I'm just swirling a little bit of each color into this empty spot on my mixing plate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a spot where I want a leaf to go. So I think I'm going to put one right up here. So I'm going to press my leaf, I'm going to press my brush against the canvas, and I'm going to drag it. And how long I drag my paintbrush is how big that leaf gets. And I can add more paint to it to thicken it up or lengthen it. And maybe I add another one kind of here, a little bit smaller. I'm going to do kind of the same thing down here. I'm going to pick a spot where I want a leaf to go, and I'm going to drag my paintbrush. And when I lift it up, that creates that length. I can always go back and I can add a little bit more paint to kind of thicken it up or add more leaves. And you can put in as many or as few of these as you wish. You can kind of put them in between some of your flowers. Basically, anywhere where you want a little bit more color, you can just dab your brush or draw out like a little leaf shape to kind of get a little bit more color onto your canvas. And remember that you can always go back with a little bit more of like the dark green if you want your leaves to be darker in areas, or you can grab a little bit of white for any parts where you want your leaves to be a little bit brighter. So if you add wet paint to wet paint, it's going to mix a little bit easier. It's going to blend a little bit nicer. So the last thing that we're going to do is we're just going to add some extra gold accents to our painting. So I rinsed off my brush, but I am actually going to use the back stick handle of my paintbrush as a stamp. So what I mean by that is I'm going to take this brush handle, I'm going to dip it into the gold paint so that way the paint is on the end of that handle. So that way the paint is on the end of that handle. And anywhere where I want to add a little dot, I press the back of my paintbrush against the canvas to make little sparkles. So the harder I push, the thicker they can be. They can be smaller if I just press gently. So I'm going to put some kind of here along the edges. If you run out of paint, you can always redip your paintbrush into your gold. You could also add these to your roses, like maybe you want some kind of like on the centers, make it look kind of like pollen or something. Really, whatever you want to do will look really nice. And you know what? I think just to jazz it up a little bit more, I'm going to take a bigger brush and I'm going to water down some gold paint and I'm going to splatter some kind of on the edges. So whenever you splatter paint, you want to make sure that your paint is a really wet consistency. So I'm going to demonstrate that over here in this empty spot on my little palette. I'm just grabbing a little scoop of gold and then I'm dunking my brush into the water and adding that water to the paint so it's really thin. And one way that you can kind of test to see if it's a wet enough consistency is if you were to tilt your plate sideways, it should run kind of like a river. If it's slow like molasses, that means you need to add more water to your mix. But once you get that kind of watered down, you can either pull your finger through the brush towards you, and that flicks the paint onto your canvas. Or if you don't want to get your finger dirty, you can tap the back of the brush. If no paint is coming off, that just means you need to add a little bit more water to your mix. And if you get a paint splatter that is maybe bigger than what you anticipated, you can always take a wet paper towel and wipe it off your canvas while it's still a little bit wet. And there is my finished mini Fiat painting. I hope that you had fun following along. I would love to see how your little paintings turned out. Feel free to tag me on social media and know that I post new Catholic-inspired art tutorials here on my channel every month. Another way that you can help support my channel is through my Buy Me a Coffee page and art supply wish list. I want to remind you that you are loved. God loves you very much and He loves your artwork very much. Thank you so much for following along, and I will see you in the next video.